What's going on, everybody? This is episode 34 of the NERDcast. I'm joined, as usual, by Danny.
Hello, everybody.
And Will.
Hello.
And I'm, of course, Lee. I need no introduction, I feel, though. That's the narcissist in me talking.
Yeah. And that's as modest as it gets. Let's go.
But anyway, I guess we'll jump right into it, because I think we're all itching to talk about this. On last episode, we talked about how I had a great betrayal, in that you guys both saw Guardians of the Galaxy without me when we briefly and unorganizedly, if that's a word, discussed seeing it. But however, it is a great betrayal. So I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm caught up now. So now we can talk spoilers for Guardians of the Galaxy.
But Lee, I'd also like to point out, you and I are now on a level playing field. Will's the true traitor. He has seen it more than once.
Yes, his traitorous ways know no bounds.
Can't help it. It's unbelievable.
It's just that good.
I thought it was pretty good. It was a little overhyped, but pretty good.
Man, I just love space and anything space.
Space.
Yeah, that's
Chris
true.
Pratt's just awesome.
Oh yeah, Chris Pratt's my spirit animal.
Okay, Will, you asked me what my favorite character was, and that you would judge me based on my answer. So we're gonna go around the group here and say who our favorite characters in the movie were.
Well, I think there's only one obvious choice of who our favorite character will be.
And who is that?
Rocket.
Okay, yep.
Yep. There we go.
Just when he takes that guy's leg, or has Star-Lord take his leg, he's like, oh, I didn't need that.
I was like, I'll need your eye.
You don't need his eye. Yes, I need to see it.
Well, no, you know what's funny? There's something going around the internet where it's like, Avengers Tower, and the Guardians are there for some reason. They're planning something out, and for some reason Bucky's there, and Rocket says, and I'm going to need that guy's robot arm.
Okay. But close second, I would say Drax, because some of the stuff he said, I could not handle it.
Yeah, was that not a huge surprise, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Batista's not an actor, and that role did not require an actor, yet he did it better than anything I could have ever hoped.
And let's not forget, we cannot go without mentioning the unbelievable range of Vin Diesel in the role of Groot.
Oh yeah, hey man, we are Groot. that nearly killed me. That
did
wrecked
kill
me.
I cried one time. Just one time, though. Only the second time around. Not the first time or the third time. Just the second time.
I can't... The second time?
The second time.
Okay.
Odd time to have it, but alright.
Yeah.
I was going to say that I didn't... And this is not any macho bullshit or anything like that, but I didn't have any moments where I got close to crying in that movie. But it was... It was... This is going to be sad to say, but I was impressed at the fact that it actually had a story that fit together.
Yeah.
Which is just depressing as hell when you talk about that most movies don't have that nowadays.
Yeah.
I would just like to point out, the moment I knew this movie would be amazing was at the very beginning when he puts on the headphones and starts dancing, and then it's just a splash at the screen, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he just keeps going. Everything about, like, that movie was equal parts funny and equal parts, like, sad and really just, like, really serious, because the stakes were high, a whole planet could have been wiped out. Everything about that film was great.
Yeah.
Would I say it's my favorite Marvel movie? No, but it's up there.
I'd say it's my favorite now.
You can't. Well, my favorite's Cap 2, and you can't really compare the. So.
Yeah, I think that what it set out to do, it did very well, and
it basically set out to introduce the interstellar Marvel universe, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I wanted to see more of the Collector, though.
Yeah, well, and that was funny because it was like the post-credit scene.
Oh, that was the.
And I was just like, Okay, so they just jam Howard the Duck in there as a sort of like fuck you to everybody that's just like, yeah, we know, we're gonna acknowledge our biggest bomb in here and just to show that we can. Right? And then it's just like, oh, and then we also just put Benicio del Toro in here because we paid for Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
And we had him in one scene.
However, it was nice to hear a lot more about those Infinity Stones.
Yeah, I'm glad they're actually getting some plot on that, and hopefully that'll be wrapped up in Avengers 3.
So
I feel
where
like it's gonna be wrapped in Avengers 3.
where was it mentioned in the other ones? I'm lost. Was the Tesseract a stone?
Yes, at the
The
end of Thor,
Tesseract
at
is
the
an
end of
Infinity Stone,
the ether from Thor is an Infinity Stone.
and there's a theory floating around that the
Loki's
gem in
scepter?
Loki's
Yeah.
staff is the Mind Gem.
Yeah, because it's the space
Oh.
gem is the Tesseract, the power gem is the
I've heard-
ether.
No, I've heard the Power Gem was the one in Guardians.
Well, then what would the ether be? The reality gem?
Maybe.
Well, we don't know for sure.
Yeah, we just know. I know that the space is the Tesseract, and I'm pretty sure that the purple one is the Power Gem.
Well, that would make sense in the sense that with the power gem, it basically blew up the Collector's
Yeah.
base. But also, if you think about it, the ether gave Malekith a whole like strength boost, strength
Yeah.
plus 5.
Sorry, I just as soon as you said destroyed the Collector base, I was gone.
This time it was destroyed in a purple explosion.
It was a suicide mission. Suicide mission for all. Yeah.
What else was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, so is it going to be the first or second episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where they say that Skye is a daughter of Thanos?
No.
No, I'm pretty sure she's the Mandarin's daughter, isn't she?
No, I heard it's I read some in like a Facebook Q&A. James Gunn was asked if the film connects with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he said yes. He said in certain ways it's going to be connected.
Well,
with
I mean,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
that's obvious though. It's like the whole Marvel universe connects with each other.
Yes, but but also at the same time, like the drug that cured everybody came from Kree,
Yes.
and so it didn't affect Skye, but Thanos isn't a Kree,
So?
so I don't think she'll be connected to Thanos. I think she'll be like the daughter of like a Kree or something like that.
You know, that kind of actually brings me to our one complaint about this.
Let's just say this. She's already a Mary Sue, so why don't we just make her arc complete and make her the daughter of the main villain of the entire series? Like, come on.
Come on.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
Let's not
complete
fight
the
with
fantasy.
everything.
But yeah, that actually brings my one complaint about Guardians is I don't think Thanos really brought anything to the movie.
He could have easily been like he was just put in there, I think, just to show people that hey, look, we have Josh Brolin.
Yeah, Thanos
Who's-
is
that's
Thanos
his
is a thing, and he wants the gems.
And,
it's
I
basically
think-
the setup for Avengers 3.
Yeah, he was also, is he not in Avengers 2?
No, that's just Ultron.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
They've been constantly denying it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's going to be in there to some capacity, but not maybe.
He might just have like an end credit scene or something
Yeah.
where he gets some more gems.
But I was also going to say that Thanos kind of played the role of Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars in Episode 4, because he wasn't really in it too much, or to any large
Episode 5,
game-changing...
you mean?
No, well, he was in
Oh,
4, too, wasn't he? He was the shadowy guy that nobody knew who he was. And then he came up, like... I'm talking about the...
Season 4.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then he was
Yeah.
important in the other movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hear typing to...
Oh boy.
Oh no, I'm not typing for that.
Oh, I thought you were going to call me on my Star
no.
Wars knowledge.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Now, my big question is, do you think they're going to tie Guardians into the Avengers at all?
Not in Avengers 2, but potentially Avengers 3.
I don't know.
Well, didn't they say that they had films like penned up to 2028?
Oh, they got films planned that long, maybe
And
even further.
Apparently, James Gunn has said like, "Hey, I've heard rumblings of what they're gonna do. They've sort of told me what they're gonna do."
And I
And
know
you can go, Will. I was going to kind of change the subject, but...
no, because I know that in the comics, Iron Man becomes a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy for a little bit. So they might try to touch on that, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, it's no question that the universes or the two movies are going to cross at some point. It's going to happen. How large and to like what capacity and when is all up in the air, but it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
When it happens, though, I feel like they're gonna have recasted a bunch of the Marvel heroes by then.
You think so?
Yeah, I can see that. Well, the Winter Soldiers tend to be the next Captain America because it's in the comics, and at the same time, Chris Evans has stated he doesn't want to do films after Cap 3.
Really?
Yeah. Granted, he can change his mind when they be like, here's like $70 million. Do you want it?
You don't think they'd make Cap 3 Civil War, do you?
Well, that's what I was going to actually talk about before when I said I was going to kind of change the subject, is that there are people talking about that in one of the Avengers it's going to be the setup for the Civil War.
I've been thinking about it, and they've been building Thanos up too much for him not to be the bad guy in 3, but Cap 2 or Cap 3 I could see being the setup for a Civil War.
Well, I was hearing that it was like at the end of Avengers 2, like the whole thing will be kind of like paralleled with they're having problems, but they managed to fight the bad guy, and then like the end of the third act would be like they break apart, and it's like sort of like the second movie in a trilogy, like down moment, right? Like kind of like
I can see that
again, kind of like how Star Wars Episode 5 ended.
Where nobody ended on a good note.
Yeah, so that's what people are saying is that they're gonna have it's gonna have sort of the same like trilogy arc in the second movie will be down.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Then Thor 3 Ragnarok. Ragnarok was a big character in the Civil War. So maybe they're leading. Maybe.
And then that'll also have an excuse for the next round of individual movies to have a reason why they're not all fighting with each other, right? An implicit reason.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Civil War's gonna happen.
Yeah, it did kind of piss me off.
We can all just agree though that Thanos will be the main villain in the third one, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost positive, because we now know about 3 Infinity Stones. We're gonna probably learn about the 4th one in Age of Ultron because Baron Strucker has the staff, and we're still missing a few others.
2 more.
Yeah, which one?
We have seen Infinity Gauntlet already.
Yes, we have seen the Infinity Gauntlet, and at the same time, we've Doctor Strange is going to be a film.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be good. And also, they still have an Ant-Man film coming out.
No, forward to that.
After Edgar Wright dropped, I was a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
But I Paul Rudd. So.
Yeah, and I was like, I saw they released a few like teaser pictures and stuff of it, and it's just like, okay, I can kind of see where this movie's going, and I can picture it now. But I'm still unsure about it.
But I'm just looking forward to when, at the end of Avengers 3, the Infinity Gauntlet saga, I feel like will be over, because that'll be Thanos and everything. And at the same time, like, the fact that they cast Josh Brolin, like, now, shows that they're building towards an end for Thanos' character. And even Kevin Feige said, consider Thanos as the end boss of the Avengers stuff.
Yeah, and I was also going to say that they're kind of building the Avengers Mark II in the next Avengers movie, because they have Quicksilver and
Scarlet Witch and all them, yeah.
So they're kind of building another round where they'll be able to have more Avengers movies without the original cast, right? And then just keep going in perpetuity by casting new people to play different heroes.
I've actually heard talk about a Black Panther movie coming out.
Well, they also have the Netflix series.
Right, Daredevil.
They have all the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
Yeah.
They have all these coming out, so don't be surprised if they somehow tie in. Well, they're going to tie in. It's the same fucking, like, universe.
Yeah, Marvel made a good call with the movies.
Yeah.
Marvel made a good call with the movies, and what I'm really hoping is if they want Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to succeed, how about all of Season 2 revolves around another one of the Infinity Stones?
Yeah, that would probably be the best way to go.
Because you already have the interest now. Everyone has seen Guardians. They've seen it all. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 didn't have the best ratings, to be honest.
Well, it went on way too long, and it did the whole shtick of, it's going to get good, just wait for it, when they were waiting for Winter Soldier to come out.
Yeah. But no, because if they do that, like they'll be like, hey, want to know more about the Infinity Stones? Here you go. Watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. every Tuesday night on ABC.
They just break the movie. It's just like this climax, and it's just like in the next Avengers movie. It's just like they just turn to the screen and just break the fourth wall. You should tune into the Avengers on ABC at 9:00 on Tuesdays.
Yeah, no. I'm excited to see what they do. It just sucks that the only I remember I watched Cap 2 and I was so pumped because I actually bought Cap 2 on Tuesday because it came out on digital on iTunes, and God, that movie's awesome. And then
it was a really good movie, yeah.
The 4 months waiting for Guardians was insane, and now we have like almost a year before Avengers 2 comes out.
Is it really that long?
Yeah, May 20.
Yeah, I think on May
20. I'll be done at university when that film comes out. That's scary shit.
Wow.
I'm gonna be done, and with no job and no future.
But they were talking about other movies in that before then, right? What's the next movie?
Avengers.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Avengers is the next one. Yeah. And
Wow.
2 months after that is Ant-Man.
Yeah, Phase 2 was a short phase. It was only like 4 movies, wasn't it? Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Cap 2, Guardians.
Because I know Phase 3 is gonna have Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Cap 3.
So let's look
Thor
at that.
3.
Gen 2, it was started off rocky, is being a bit generous.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3 was not good.
It was alright.
It was not good.
It wasn't bad.
I
Iron Man 3 wasn't
didn't
bad.
love it, but I didn't hate it. But also, remember in the new Marvel one shot, that it showed that the real Mandarin exists.
Oh, so they're just retconning it for no reason?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I think they kind of realized what they did. It was in the Blu-ray release for Thor, I think it was. Yeah,
in Thor 2, which I was like, okay, the easiest way to watch this movie now, because I watched it the night before I saw Winter Soldier, just so I could be caught up, right? So I was like, okay, I don't want to download it, I don't want to do that, so I just went out and bought the Blu-ray. I was like, all right, I don't care, screw it. And it was like, well, I kind of regret buying that Blu-ray, but because it wasn't that good either.
Someone brought up a few good points when I was talking about Thor. So many moments where the characters were so out of character.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sorry, Natalie Portman's a great actress. Her and Chris Hemsworth, no chemistry whatsoever.
Yeah.
I do not give two flying fucks about
But
Jane
hey,
Foster.
they have more chemistry than her and Hayden Christensen. Heyo.
Can we just say we've slipped a lot of Star Wars references into this podcast?
So far, yeah.
But,
Star Wars is the new Mass Effect.
But what was I going to say? But then we have the Winter Soldier, which was awesome.
Winter Soldier was the best film in Gen 2.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy, which was just slightly less awesome, in my opinion.
I think it's
just
more awesome.
slightly.
Different kind of awesome.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I really like the dynamic in Guardians about all of them, because it's what was the one line that Drax had? It was just nothing can get over my head. I will catch it.
Yeah.
Nothing goes over my head.
Nothing goes over my head.
My reflexes are too quick. I will catch it.
Or when the baby Groot dancing at the end. That is the funniest Guardian. No, that is the funniest Marvel movie, hands down.
Oh yeah.
You cannot argue that that's the funniest.
Well, when a Marvel movie ends with the good guy saving the planet through friendship and dance. It's a good movie.
It's not a dance, it's a distraction, you turd blossom.
I'm putting that in my vocabulary.
Turd blossom?
Yep.
Turd blossom.
That's what Star-Lord says to Ronan. And can we all... Okay, here's one of my biggest gripes about Guardians. Ronan was a terrible villain.
Lee Pace was a good actor.
Lee Pace is a great actor, yes. But Ronan, the character of Ronan is fine, but just every single time you're watching Ronan, you're like, I don't care, I want to see Thanos. I want to see what's happening next. I want to see Loki.
I wouldn't go as far to say that he was terrible, but I think something different could have been done and it would have been better.
It's kind of one-dimensional.
It served the purpose.
Ronan would have been better if they didn't show Thanos in the movie, because Thanos being in the movie just reminds you that he's the main bad guy.
Okay, but then look at this. Look at it from this point. You can either not show Thanos and everybody gets pissed off, or you can so he's not even in the movie at all, is what I'm saying. Or then you can show Thanos, in quotes, and just have him from behind at his throne. And then everybody gets pissed off.
You mean like in the Avengers?
Yeah.
Yes. Do it again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to show him to some capacity. At least have him the looming threat, right? And he's also sort of the reason why all of this is happening. Like, yeah,
yes, but
Ronan wants
that
stones.
reminds you, like when you're watching, when you're watching all these people fight Ronan, you're like, in the end, you know it's going to be Thanos that they're going to end up having to fight, and that's the one that's truly, truly going to matter.
Yeah. But it's not this movie. And everybody knew that going in.
I'm looking at the bigger picture, Lee. I'm looking at it all as a universe.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really have as much of a problem with Ronan, just because it's like, if you give him, if he's more than one-dimensional, then he's competing against 5, or I guess maybe even more if you want to count some other characters, who are well-developed and have backstories and have proper motivation, right? So now
like
you have
Loki and Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier.
I'm talking about all of the characters in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, just in the Guardians film.
Yeah. So I mean, you have all of them who have reasons to be doing what they're doing, versus Ronan, who's I'm evil, get over it, right? It's sort of a better foil.
Lol, you mad, bro?
I would have liked
when you said that in the live podcast. I still remember how funny that is.
what the
you mad, bro?
Oh, the email to yes to Kai Lang. But no, I was gonna say I if I had to nitpick, I think that again, it has no place in the movie. So for my own personal reasons, I think it would have been better if they went. Well, I guess this also ties back into the fact that this wasn't a movie about Thanos. But I mean, like, if they went into the whole lore about like Gamora, Gamora and Galaxy, I think that was her name, Galaxy, the other girl,
Nebula,
that's what it was. I knew it was something to do with space.
Something in space.
But so it's like if they went into the more story behind them, right? Like, I know that it was like it kind of hinted at, and it was just like they're basically just like slaves taken over from races that he's conquered, but there could have been more of a backstory between their relationship, and it would have made the fight between them better.
Yeah, we might get that in the next one.
And also, did she die?
Guys, I'm sorry to go off topic a bit.
Wait, before that,
while we're on the topic,
did she die?
No, she didn't die. She escaped.
I'm trying to remember that. I was like watching the movie, and I was like,
escaped on rocket ship, wasn't it?
She cut her arm off, and then she fell into the thing, and she flew away. But I was trying to remember if she came back after that, and I couldn't remember.
No, she didn't, no. Leaving her open for a nice little cameo in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Exactly.
But anyway, so sorry to go off topic. We're talking about Star Wars, and you brought up Hayden Christensen. Can we just take in this moment that there's a film coming out in September in China, in February here in Canada, that stars Nicolas Cage and Hayden Christensen?
Oh.
Well, see, Hayden Christensen isn't necessarily a bad actor. It's just that the prequels sucked so many balls that couldn't control it anymore. It was just like, I can't stop sucking balls. That's what the prequels were.
I hate Sam. It's core.
I knew you were going to say it. Okay, we have to stop. That's the end of this.
I slaughtered them like animals.
Okay, moving on.
I'm sorry, Hayden Christensen. You're Canadian.
I didn't even get to start talking about Rocket. So many things.
I guess we forgot to mention that this is the sort of unofficial movie episode where we're going to have our topics are movie themed.
They've figured it out by now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we're like 25 minutes in. They better have figured it out by now.